I am so excited for yet another conversation with a certified brain game coach, a dear friend of mine, a colleague, Jen Kohler. Welcome. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you.
Me too. I love getting on conversations with you, Cindy.
It's always a good time, right?
Yes.
So tell us, what was life like for you before brain game?
Oh, such a good question and a little bit hard to remember.
It's been a while, hey?
Yeah, it's been a while. Before Brain Game, I would say that I was not very confident. I didn't have a lot of clarity, and I was a little bit all over the place.
Mhm.
I had a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty.
Right. And are you saying like from the full spectrum of your life or direct towards business as an entrepreneur, as a coach, as a healer, or was this in all areas of your life?
This is in really all areas of my life. I was broke. I had a great relationship that I was sabotaging.
Mhm.
Um, kind of you name it. I was doing a lot of work, but I wasn't like in alignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now that you've taken brain game, Lord knows how many times.
Many, many times.
Right? We all take it more than once. I'm curious, what's life like for you on the other side?
Well, I did originally take Brain Game in 2017, I believe, was
Yeah.
the first time I ever took Brain Game. And then, you know, what's life like after? The first thing, my first goal, my first intention is actually really memorable to me, and it's confidence.
Mhm.
And I already was doing many leadership things in my life, but I wasn't confident and I was not decisive. So I would say after my first brain game, I found myself finding more confidence in myself, more confidence in making decisions and being more decisive in just being me and like really and putting myself out there, because that
Mhm.
is in 2016 I came online. So that was a really big, like, oh my gosh, I have to push the live button and go live and like promote my business, my healing business. Like, no thanks, I don't want to
That
do
takes
that.
that takes some confidence.
It does. And so Brain Game really helped me to see myself a little more clearly. And like, I mean, I can see now, like, I see myself very clearly. I feel very confident and I am well spoken and I am very ambitious and I like love putting myself out there online.
Mhm.
But I did not love that in 2017 by any stretch of the imagination. So, I think confidence and clarity, those are like, I would say, my two biggest takeaways from doing Mastering the Brain Game.
I love that so much. Yeah, me too.
Me
Me
too.
too.
Me too.
So, what is it that you love the most about the brain game?
Hmm. Oh, there's so many pieces to
I know.
love.
Everybody I ask this
Oh,
question, they're like, "What? Just one thing, Cindy?"
okay. My most favorite and probably most utilized um, would be Feeling Wheel.
Yeah.
Right. Feeling wheel, really recognizing and teaching my child about the feeling wheel and really understanding what my emotions are and being able to name it, to tame it, right? To like really being able to see it. I had worked with the nervous system quite a bit. So that feeling wheel was very helpful to me. And
Mhm.
then core desired feeling, like to get just really into like that, just that feeling state. In fact, I'm like using that like in my next thing that I'm going to go to next is I am all about that core desired feeling and really being in the feeling of it. I love that.
Yeah, I just noticed as soon as you said that, my whole core desired feeling went boom.
Right. And when you know it, when you really know what it is, you can access it so easily,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
so good. So tell us, you're a brain game coach and you have been for quite some time. I think you were in one of the very first rounds of
I
becoming
was.
a brain game coach.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what inspired you to want to teach it?
As soon as I took it, I knew I would teach it.
Yeah.
The moment I took it, the very first the first round I took it, I knew that it was my next step would be to take it again and to teach it and to teach it and teach it and teach it and to embody it. So what inspired me really was the fact that my life changed so quickly, um, and to just know that I really wanted people to have this information. It just feels really important to pass it on to others.
Yes, I love that so much. I know for myself personally, I mean, I always say this, the brain game saved my life. And how can we not share that with the
Right.
world?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like it saved my marriage. It saved my marriage. It saved my physical body. It changed my money. I mean, it changed really like everything in my life.
Everything. I
The
love
ripple
it.
effect was real.
I love it.
Yeah.
So let's take you back to becoming a brain game coach.
Okay.
This is going back a while, but I'm curious, do you remember what it felt like to teach that very first session of brain game? She's like,
Nerve-wracking.
yes. Oh my God, what am I doing?
Totally. Like, will I remember all of the information? Will I do it all perfectly? Will I convey the way that that this has changed my experience? And then after that very first session, so proud, like just fiery proudness, like just like, oh my gosh, yes, I can do this. There's that confidence piece again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the brain game is a 10-week journey. For most, we kind of adjust and play with it as coaches, but I'm curious, as you came through that very last session with your beta students, what did it feel like to complete that journey with them?
Again, so I was so proud of myself and I was so proud of them.
Yeah.
And I remember adding them to whatever the first like living the brain game group was and just being like giddy, to use that word,
Mhm.
giddy with excitement that I had accomplished this in my business and so proud of their progress and so proud of the fact that when you teach something you truly do embody it in a different way. And so I mean I take away something so intentional every single time I teach the brain game. I embody something more deeply and I love to play with it and like really get weird with my intentions maybe and really put something like that I really want to accomplish and then see if that happens by the end. And I just really love playing with that. So
I
yeah,
love that.
proud.
Yeah, and it sounds to me like, you went from being not confident, oh crap, how do I do this thing online,
Mhm.
to now you're like, I'm just going to play with it and see what happens because you've got the
Yeah.
confidence to do so.
Yeah, it's the infinite possibility.
So good. So good. So you have multiple modalities. You're an advanced numerologist, a
Mhm.
master numerologist. You are a Reiki master. I don't even know what other modalities you have.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how all of these modalities fit within the model of being a brain game coach.
Well, I mean, I started off like in massage therapy, body, right? Body work, body insight is what I call the emotional work that I do, the emotional coaching that I do around the body.
Mhm.
Um, I'm a doula.
Mhm.
I'm a Reiki master teacher of many, 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 many years. And I did the Universal Laws training program and, the brain game. And I am obsessed with numerology, obviously. How does
You're
it
in
all
both.
fit together? So to me, it all fits together because I was searching for myself in all of
Mhm.
these modalities. And I'm
Mhm.
actually really proud of all of my modalities. I'm super proud of all of my certifications. But what I know now is that it's just knowledge, and that's great. And um, it all fits together so beautifully because when you think about like your nervous system, when you think about the coaching, the alignment, the visioning, all of these things all really fit together with all of the work that I've done. And really, it's just graduated me, if you will, to these next levels. And I feel like, I mean, brain game and numerology to me, like, obviously go so closely hand in hand. But all of the work that I've done have brought me to this moment right here, right now. And it's helped me just to integrate it all into who I am and into like my own methodology of working with clients.
I love how you describe that so much. I was listening to Joy and Jonah, the creator of BrainGAME,
Yeah.
and there's something that they said the other day. It was learning to speak the language of the universe allows us to then flow with any modality, because you're not your modality. It's just a tool in your
Right.
toolbox.
Yes.
But universal law is how we are all connected, and it just allows us to flow with, oh, I need a wrench today, or oh, I need a hammer for this particular situation, right?
Love that.
And knowing which modality to use, I think, is the language of universal law, which is the brain game.
Yes, exactly.
So
I
good.
love that. Mm-hmm.
So good.
Beautiful.
So I want to know, we all have a dream for brain game. Every single coach has a dream, because you wouldn't be teaching it if you didn't have a dream.
Correct.
What do you dream of for the brain game?
Well, I've worked on vision a lot. Vision has become so imperative in our work, I believe. And I think it's a step that takes some time to get to. But my vision for the brain game, I think, is very much in alignment with what I hear you talk about, what I hear a lot of us talking about, which is that it's really important for everyone to have this sort of emotional mastery. Self-actualization is the point of being on this planet. Self-actualization is the point of being alive. It is our purpose. And so I love to share this information with everyone. I believe it ripples out. The more we share it with our own families, the more we do our inner work. And I love sharing this with little kids. Not even like teenagers, but like I have a 9-year-old. So really that's like my mode, is like little people, right? Like sharing emotional mastery with little people. I don't know if that's like very politically correct, but you know what I mean, kids, is really important to me, because I think, these next generations, like, this is what we're doing. This is who we are. This is who we're becoming. And to watch my son have such beautiful tools at such a beautiful, like, early age, just like it like lights me up like nothing else.
It's so profound, because when we teach our young children, we
Mhm.
are changing the dynamics of the world that we
Yeah.
live in.
Yeah.
That's so powerful. Thank you for doing that work.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So what would you say to anybody who's considering taking the brain game for the first time, or even becoming a brain game coach? What would you share with them?
Well, I want them to come and take it from any of our coaches, from me, from whoever resonates with you. I truly don't believe in competition. I believe that we're all here to do this work together. That's one of the things I love most about this community. So find your person and take it from them. If it's me, fabulous. If not, I love you still. And I encourage all of the people who come through the brain game with me to take it again, take it again, take it again, be in community, and to become brain game certified. So I say, what are you waiting for? It's not that expensive. It's like, so, I mean, it's really an affordable program. And it is the one thing I think that we could all take away and to change the world the way that we really want to.
Mm, couldn't have said it better myself.
That's why you
Oh,
interviewed me, Cindy.
I may have one or two times before. I love you so much, Jen. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for sharing your
Yeah.
experience with us. And if you'd like to get a hold of Jen, we will make sure that the link to grab a hold of her is in the show notes. And of course, if you want to become a brain game coach, reach out to me, and I'll make sure that you have all the information that you need.
Thank
Thanks so much,
you.
Jen.